Noah's Ark by Jerry Pinkney. Read by me, Blake. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Living things ran on the earth and flew in the skies and swam in the seas, and God saw that it was good. These illustrations are really beautiful in this book. To the caretakers of all things, big and small, Jerry Pinkney. God was not pleased with the people of the earth. They did not care for one another. They did not care for the land that God had made. And they did not care for God. God's heart was filled with pain to see the wickedness of humankind. God decided to sweep away all living things on the earth. But Noah did what was right in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord loved God. God spoke to Noah. Noah put down his basket and listened. God said, "Make an ark out of cypress wood, for I am going to bring a great flood upon the earth, and it will swallow up every living thing." God said, "Bring 2 of every creature on the ark. Bring food for them and for yourself. And I make this promise to you and your family, and the animals that you bring with you will be safe." Noah did as the Lord commanded. His family helped him build the ark. Every day it rose higher and higher. It rose over their heads. It rose over the treetops. The strong wooden beams embraced the clouds. At last the ark was done. Noah filled baskets with grain. His wife baked loaves of bread. His three sons gathered grapes and olives. His sons' wives poured water in jars and carried them to the ark to fill it with food for every living thing. People came to stare at the ark as it sat on top of a hill. "What fool builds a ship on dry land?" they cried. "The ocean is miles away." But Noah trusted in the Lord, and the clouds began to gather. And here comes the best part. All the animals. God called to the animals, and from aardvark to zebra they came. Deer bounded through the tall grass. The elephants ran, and it sounded like thunder. The wings of birds cast a shadow on the earth. It's a whole zoo. Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. 2 by 2 they came, all the animals of the earth. They came to the ark where Noah waited, and Noah welcomed them. When I said, these illustrations are very beautiful, and I myself kind of thought about illustrating a children's Bible retold by me. They followed him into the ark, and God closed the door behind them. The rains began. The lakes and rivers and creeks and streams overflowed their banks. The oceans rose. Slowly the water crept over the land, higher and higher. It looks like the ark is about to set sail. Wow, look at that. The whole city's underwater with all the creatures of the ocean, whales and sharks, fish and squid. The water rose over cities and towns. Whales swam down ruined cities, ruined streets. Schools of fish darted through empty windows. Wow, I can really imagine that's what it would look like, all the towns and cities after the flood. But God remembered Noah and his family and all the animals on the ark. The ark floated on the waters. Everyone was safe inside. The zebras munched their hay. The geese gobbled up the grain. The monkeys nibbled on sweet grapes and climbed to the roof where the sparrows perched and sang. After 40 days and 40 nights, the rain stopped. God sent a great wind over the earth, and slowly, slowly, the waters began to go down. At last, the ark came to rest on the top of the highest mountain, but all around there was nothing but water. Noah opened a window and sent out a raven to fly over the face of the waters, but the raven found no dry land. Noah sent out a dove to fly over the waters, but the dove found no dry land. Noah had faith in God, and he sent the dove again. The dove returned to Noah with an olive branch in its beak, and that there was dry land at last. Let me start over. Then Noah knew that there was dry land at last. Slowly, slowly, the waters went down. Slowly, the earth dried. The earth shone again. The grass grew. At last, it was time to leave the ark. The owls and eagles spread their wings and soared. The panther sprang to the soft ground. The grasshoppers leapt and the lizards scurried. Noah and his family turned their faces up to the sun and sang praise to God. I just loved how in the book they showed like the whole animal kingdom all in one boat. Noah and his family planted seeds for the first harvest. They cared for the earth that God had made. God said, "Never again will I send a flood upon the earth to destroy it. From this day forward, life on earth will grow and prosper." And God sent a rainbow in the heavens as a sign of this promise to Noah and to Noah's family and to every living thing. Seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winters, night and day, shall never cease as long as the earth endures. The end. The thing what I love about Noah's Ark, it kind of shows like new beginnings, like how with COVID-19, like you think it's going to last forever, but how with Noah and his family and all the animals aboard the ark, but the flood didn't last forever, because soon the flood began to go down, and there was a rainbow in the sky saying that never again the earth will be flooded. Just like with COVID-19, you think it was going to last forever, but soon as things are reopening, new beginnings are happening.